Hello my friends, it's Sherry. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. I'm just doing a little crafting today, so I wanted to let you know what I was continuing to work on this journal. This is the one with this pretty red and blue cover. It's called the Merry Christmas Cookbook by Peter Popper Press, but I am not necessarily making it Christmassy. I'm just using this cover and going with these pretty colors. And it's not even it's not actually even cookbook either. I'm not doing cookbook, I'm not doing Christmas, I'm just doing vintage in here. So far anyway, I could go grab some cookbook pages, I guess, and have a nod to the cookbook. In fact, I have these pages here somewhere, so maybe I'll get a few of those to put in here. But first of all, I just wanted to go ahead and get the signatures started. So I picked out 3 cardstock scrapbook papers to use as my signature covers, and they all have, I made pockets in all of them, and this is double-sided Tim Holtz scrapbook paper. Yes, this is the only one I've ever had. Tim Holtz scrapbook paper, 12 by 12, and I found it once a couple years ago, actually, at Tuesday Morning. So it was the only one they had, and I was lucky to be there at the time they had it, and I couldn't believe my eyes, and I picked it up. So yes, that is what I'm using in here. I thought I would make this one the first signature with this pretty blue. So when you open up, you'll see that pretty blue, and then this is the next one. And this is all double-sided. This has, well, let me show you the inside of this one. Very pretty. It's kind of collaged. And then if you've ever seen Tim Holtz scrapbook paper, you will recognize it. This one has some text in here. Very vintage looking. This is light kind of colors here, kind of like almost pastel, but kind of also muted, like brown, almost looks like browns, but there's a little bit of a pink hue in there too, like very, very light. And then this pretty one here. Yeah, I showed you the inside of that one. And this one here with this pretty pattern. Kind of mid-century modern. Doesn't it look like that with the little starburst there? And here's the inside of this one. It looks like typing. And here's, you can see all the little pockets there. So all the pockets are on the inside of that front cover. And then I've got a couple of pages in here. And I did finish the cover. As you can see, I left this with you. I left with you yesterday when I was about to put the fabric, so I've got that finished now. I keep getting strings on here, or whatever, picking stuff up off of my table here. So let me get my strings off here. I don't want strings on there. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, so I want to work on the signature some more. I did want to answer a question to someone that asked yesterday in the comments about, I think it was yesterday, about the tape I was using. I just get tape, this tape here that I was using to make my new spine. I get this at Walmart, and it's in the craft section, and there's a little just like a tape organizer stand in the craft section where they have all different colors of this. It's called DUCK. I'll try to show it to you here in the camera if you can see inside the spool there. It's DUCK, duck tape. That's what it's called. And it's just like kind of like duct tape, or it's just a really thick tape and very sticky, so you don't have to use any glue with it if you want to use it to make a spine. And I just get that white color, and there's another neutral color that looks like kind of like burlap. I've used that a lot too, so that it doesn't show like outside of my fabric, but if you ever could see it like through or something, you don't notice it because it's white under there, or like the tan color, like the burlap one. So it's a neutral color. So you really don't. It's not like it's a bright color or anything, and you can see it through. So let's get started on making some more pages here. I'm making 3 signatures. I'm trying to look at this right here real quick. This page is bothering me. I already cut a little bit off of it, but it's still bothering me. It's a little bit too high right here. So I want to put that in there and cut that little sliver off. I like the inside pages inside my signature covers to be Inside, I don't want them to be longer or taller or wider. So, and it's, you know, I mean, it's like this, you know, I make this cardstock so that it protects the pages inside too. You know, if there's something was sticking up here, there's a possibility it could get a little, you know, tattered. So yeah, that's kind of like, I like to do that so that everything inside is protected. So what I pulled out so far, besides what I already have in here, I have some coffee dyed paper in here. The signature, I have a fold out. And then, so just one page of that signature so far. This is some dyed paper here, pretty, from a composition book. And then this is some more coffee dyed paper. It's a single page. And this one I have a fold out coffee dyed paper too. Oh, this is a pretty grungy one. That's pretty. I like that one. Okay, cool. But I think that all looks good in this journal. It just fits this kind of very vintage book cover. Even though this is colored, I think it's okay to have a little bit of color in here. And the very vintage pretty papers. So I pulled out, I need, I'm using one of the, I'm kind of using one of the signature covers for my template. So let's see, I've tried to pull out several of each paper, and this is avocado dyed graph paper. So I can, because this pattern is, you know, it can be turned any way, I thought I would use one of these. I'm going to cut off this little edge here. That's from the pad of paper, I guess. And then here's a fold on this one. So I'm going to cut. I try to do this all at once so save a little time here. But hold on, my timer. Oh, my timer wasn't going. I thought it was. Okay, so I'm just going to cut off that edge, and we'll see what we can get done here. So if you want to do some crafting today, craft along with me, or whatever you want to do along with me. But just take me along for a few minutes, and we'll get this done. We'll see how much we can get done. So let's see. See, this way it's like the perfect height. So I'm going to see if I can use this without making any scraps. So I've already got one fold out here. And it folds like this. Like one side folds out, so that's one. But let's see this one. If we fold it in the middle, we'll just have a tiny fold out. So let's maybe do this one so it folds out on the other side. You know what I mean? So we'll do like this and have this page. Okay, and then we'll fold this in half. And then we'll see about the length. We need to cut the length too. And see, hopefully that is good. Let's see, is it all inside? Oh, look. Yeah, the length is good. See, I said it was perfect, but I thought I might have to cut off a sliver. I think I might cut off a sliver. It's just barely a little bit long there. And I don't have to, but I'm going to. So let me do that. So I hope everyone's going to have a good day and is having a good weekend. I am going to do some crafting today. maybe I'll work on this journal as much as I can even after the video and see what I can get done. If you heard my video, yesterday, I think I said there's some technical difficulties with my shop with Etsy. I don't know what's going on, but I contacted them by email. And I'm trying to follow their instructions and be patient because I don't want them to, you know, be mad at me. I don't know what's going on, but there's some kind of technical difficulty where buyers can't see my shop. I can see my shop. I can list things. People have messaged me in my shop, even the last couple of days. I got a review in my shop, but buyers cannot see my shop. So I don't know what's going on, but I contacted them and they wrote back to me and said, we are looking into it and give us a couple weeks and they will be back with me in a couple weeks. So, and it asked in the email please be patient. So I'm trying like not to email them every day, you know what I mean, and get them mad at me or anything. So, but it's kind of hard when you're used to having your Etsy shop and you know, it's like, what is happening here? It kind of makes you, you know, worry, not worry, WORR. Well, it is worrisome, but it's also, it makes you wary, I guess I should say, WARY, so of Etsy. So I'm thinking, you know, things like this happen for a reason. You know, yeah, hopefully my shop's going to be fine. It's going to be back, and they're going to figure out what's going on, and my shop will be back. But what, you know, makes you think, like, what if it isn't? What is it? What if there's some kind of, I don't know what's going on. So it makes you think, like, oh, maybe I should have a plan B. You know, don't put all your eggs in one basket. So today I went ahead, plan B, just as a backup at least. I opened, I've always had an eBay account. I mean, it seems like I've always had an eBay account, and I've always been, before Etsy. I've sold, you know, I've never had an eBay shop, but I've always kind of just, you know, here and there, sold or bought something on eBay. Of course, we all, pretty much all of us have, right? So, since I even have some things for sale over there that I already had on there, you know, continuing, because there's things I want to sell that I can't sell on Etsy, right? Or I could, but I don't want to. It's just something different. Things that are different from what I put in my Etsy shop. I put those on eBay, right? Just a few things. I just had a few things over there. So I thought, well, why don't I look into an eBay shop, just in case, you know, I don't know what's going on, like I said. So I did. I opened an eBay shop today. So in the meantime, while Etsy's fooling around with whatever's going on there, I will, you know, and it's, you know, the problem is it takes time. So as far as me listing things over there, but I'm going to start with this journal. I'm going to finish this journal. I'm not going to let Etsy, you know, I don't let things get me down, and I don't panic when things like this happen. I'm not a panicker. I just kind of take it in stride and be like, okay, all right. Now, like I said, I opened an eBay shop. Maybe that was meant to be, you know. I can't foresee the future. So I'm just going with the flow here. So yeah, when I finish this journal, maybe I'll just try out selling a journal on eBay, and you know, Etsy, I'm still pro Etsy, but if Etsy wants to futz around with me, then I'm just going to go on about my business, right? So that's what I do. I just keep going. So let's see, I already got one of these in there. I need two more, so I got out two more. And these are composition book pages. And they are, you know, here's where it was folded into the composition book. There's signatures, so really cool for journals. I bought some of these at thrift stores. I bought a lot of these at thrift stores. But then also I bought some at Walmart when they had back to school. And they have them like the cheapest prices, like 50 cents, or sometimes you even see them for less. I'll get a few and keep them for my journals. So these I dyed. So let's see how I did the other one. Here I just cut one like this, one page. And I don't want to have every page being a fold out either. So I'm just going to cut these two the same as this one. Yeah, I'm kind of excited now. I'm like, yeah, plan B, you know, this could be a good thing. You know, what if something actually happened to Etsy and Etsy was no more? You know what I mean? Like, not just me, but the whole thing, whole kit and caboodle. You never know what's going to happen, right? So what if something happened? What would everybody do? I'm going to go ahead and have a plan B, be ready for whatever. And who knows, maybe I'll even have a plan C. So, yeah, I'm not worried about it. And so, yeah, if they take too long to, I mean, if they take longer than 2 weeks, they said 2 weeks. I was hoping it wouldn't take 2 weeks, but if they take 2 weeks, or what if they take more than 2 weeks? What if they never get back to me? So, like I said, I'm not panicking, but I'm going to just start moving things over there, moving a few things over there, see how it goes, you know, why not? I thought about my own website, but and I have kind of looked into that a lot when I, you know, not right now, but in the years past. And it's just, you know, they make, website's easier these days to set up your own website, but it's still so much easier to sell somewhere like Etsy or eBay. It's just they've got everything, all the things worked out for you, and all you have to do is list your stuff. So it's just so much easier, and I just don't have time to kind of like learn everything that I would need to learn to set up a website. You know, you set up the payment and all that, and maybe it's not that hard. Maybe it's even easier than a couple years ago when I looked into it. But I'm just going to go with that for right now because I need to get something up and running and not be like dead in the water here, so to speak. You know what I mean? So that's a saying. You know how they just turned me off or something. They just turned me off. So as far as they like flicked a button and my shop is not there and I need to turn the button back on, but whatever they did, I am not going to wait around. I don't think. If they turn me back on, I'll be there, and if they don't turn me back on, I'll be out on eBay. But hopefully they will turn me back on sooner rather than later. So let's see, more papers. I've got music, vintage music. Did I get 3? Yes, I tried to get 3 of each, 1 for each signature. These have been coffee dyed and Rit dyed, as you can see, the different colors here and shades. I think these are really pretty. This was a big music book. This one, I've got so many music books, but I think this one came from my mom. And if you're new to my channel, my mom was you know, she doesn't sing in the choir anymore, but she still goes to church, of course. And so she was a soloist in church and in the choir for years and years and years, and had all kind of her own kind of, you know, music that she collected to keep track of her, you know, I mean, the choir songs and her favorite songs that she sang as a soloist. So, and she's, I think, yeah, no, she really never sang duets, although I can't say she never sang a duet, but mostly solos, which, you know, that takes some guts to sing solos, so, in church. So, let's see. Yeah, these have a little bit of a, you know, border here, so I have room to cut on both sides, really. I think I'd rather cut this side off, though. It has more empty space over here. This has a little bit of a pretty trim. So let's get my signature cover again and see how far this goes over. I'm going to use this to measure. Oh, this is going to be perfect, yes. I knew this would be pretty, so yeah. Music's pretty in every journal, don't you think? So I got this paper, and then depending on the time, I will grab, I don't know if I've got to grab the pages from this little book again and see what they're like. So we're just making pages here. There's even some of my mom's handwriting, so if you get this journal and see a little, you can erase it. It's in pencil right there. I'm trying to see what it says. I've got some shading here in my craft room right now, the way the light's shining. But, oh, something about the organ. Something, maybe a name, I'm not sure, and /organ. It looks like organ. You know, in church, when my mom sang solos, different churches are different now. Some are old school and they still have the organ and piano, and some of them are kind of, you know, changed with the times and updated their music. And they have, you know, like keyboards and maybe a little band now. So yeah. So anyway, this is when this music, when my mom sang, that's why it says organ there. I guess I'm explaining that, why it says organ. It's the organ and piano in the church. That used to be all of the instruments. And some churches still, that's all of the instruments. So, and once in a while some of them have like a little, almost like a little orchestra. I know my friend plays the flute at church, and, you know, sometimes you'll see a guitar, and then my husband he plays a lot of brass instruments, so he's played his different instruments through the years at church, whatever church we're going to at the time, his trumpet or other brass instruments, And then also the drums. If the church has drums, he can play the drums. Oh, and right now in our current church, he plays the bass guitar. Yes. So let's see. Now I'm trying to get where I want to put these music pages. I'm kind of doing like the Tim Holtz. This is, you know, got some color, then the more neutral, then more color. And then, but it doesn't have to be like that. And then the graph paper, that does have a little color in it too. So I actually could put this one. Well, the music actually has slight color on it too. I think I might need to cut this down a little bit though, as far as the width. A little bit more sticking out there. And like I said, I don't want the edges to get tattered. So let's cut these two a little bit more. So... yep, today I'm just crafting and maybe I'm putting some things on eBay. We'll see. I did want to make, you know, like it's like, since my Etsy shop isn't open, I mean, it's open, but you can't see it. It's hard because there's so many things I want to put in there. And so I did mention the trims that I might put in there. And someone asked me about that. So maybe that's the other thing I'll work on today. I'll put some trims over on eBay. And I named my shop over on eBay Sheree's Shop because I tried to use Turquoise Dreaming, and I don't know if I never tried to set up a shop over there before, so I know it's not me, but they said Turquoise Dreaming was in use. So I was like, okay. And I know if you're setting up things like that, like a shop or, you know, something with a name, and you're looking for a unique name, a lot of times you can just use your name and it makes it unique. You know what I mean? Like nobody else apparently is using my name, the way it's spelled. And I thought, well, that would be easy for people to find me. Sheree's Shop. You know what I mean? So I thought, well, this could be really cool. It's Sheree's Shop. And yeah, I'm really liking the idea actually now. So Sheree's Shop is open over on eBay, and I just have to put some of my stuff in there. So I will, I'm still kind of figuring it out. I have to learn it, like how to link my shop and things like that. But I think this is going to be kind of fun. So yeah, if it's not linked under this video, I will, as soon as I figure out how to link it, I will link it. And of course I need to put a couple things in there too. But, you know, my junk journal type stuff. So, let's see, what else did I pull out here? I've got I thought it might be fun to put a couple of these Ideals magazines in there. And actually, this is a Christmas issue. It just happens to be one that I pulled out just because I've used a lot of it. And I thought, well, let me use some of this one. And, oh, it's Christmas, you know, type of thing. So, I was looking for book pages to put in here. Because I think it's really neat when you have, besides all the papers like I just showed you, the coffee dye, the graph, the music, the scrapbook paper, I think I really like, you know, putting in my own journal book pages. And I like when I watch flip-throughs and things like that, I really like seeing the book pages that people put in. So these are really neat. This one has a little poem on it. This one, of course, has this winter scene and some text. I like the text because you can cover that up and make writing spots or whatever you want to do on a text type page. This one's cute with this little boy on it. That one's really cute. This is pretty. I don't really want to go Christmas, but see, this is winter. The snow-covered trees. The other one's winter too. So let's see what else we have here. There's a pretty watermill or grist mill or something. That's beautiful. Here's some holly. That's kind of really pretty, isn't it? If it snows. And then this is, a poinsettia. Let's just go with that. Let's see what we can do here with these. Because, like, if I were to cut off part of this, it would be okay. I think I can keep this whole picture though. So let's see, it came out of the magazine right here, and right here. Yeah, so I don't know. I hope that if I hope that whatever my Etsy problem is just, you know, as far as me letting you know about it, maybe encouraging to you in some way. I'm thinking maybe somebody else needed this encouragement. Like, don't panic, don't let things get you down, just keep on going type of thing. That's what I do through everything. You know, I don't talk about my troubles or past whatever problems on my channel because I want my channel to be a happy place. So it's like I'm not looking at this like a problem, though I'm looking at it like an opportunity for something like that God is trying to tell me, like, you need to, you know, have a plan B here. You know what I mean? That is a very real possibility. So I think that's what I need to do, you know? So let's see. I'm going to cut. These are like the perfect width. Look at that. So this is exciting. I didn't know these were going to work out so well. So I'm so excited about this journal, and now that I have my new shop that's developing, I'm getting, like, the more I think about it, the more excited I get, as you can probably tell, right? So I can't wait to list my first couple of things. I'm going to try to do it this afternoon, even though this video will be already out, and I'll try to go in. I can edit videos after they're out, you know, after they're published. That is not a problem. So I'm going to, as soon as I figure it out, I'll go ahead and maybe I'll do a little community post too. New shop, Sherry's shop on eBay. So I like the name too, you know. So it's like I like generic names like that. Like my name is Turquoise Dreaming here, and on my channel, and I like generic names. Let me make sure I'm getting this upside down. But I like generic names because then I can do whatever I want with it. You know what I mean? Like sell whatever I want in my eBay shop, Sherry shop. I can just sell whatever I want, right? So that's kind of the story behind that. Okay, so this is cool. This is going to work out really well. I think I'm going to put more pages in here, but look at this pretty page. I cut that out of that Ideals magazine, and so I'm going to make this my centerpiece right here. I didn't even think about that till just now. This is going to work out really well. And look how it looks with the blue here. Blue, blue, blue. It's really funny how things, when you're making a journal, how things come together. It's so cool. I love it when things come together. Okay, I just need a little sliver off of here. I've got a pity patter here of little jazzy feet. I don't know if you can hear her, but you probably hear her little jingle jangle of her collar. So she's wandering around here, like wondering what I'm doing, sitting here and talking to nobody. But yeah, we put her out outside for a little bit today because my granddaughter was over, and Jazzy gets right up in her face. She's just being friendly. But it's like, you know, she won't leave her alone. She just keeps getting up in her face. So we let her get some sun this afternoon for a couple hours outside. And then I brought her in, and she cuddled up in the living room for a little bit. And then I came in here. I sat down here at my table, and she comes and gets right under my legs and puts her face right up between like my legs, where she's like, okay, you put me outside, so I'm not leaving you now. I'm going to stay right here with you. That was pretty funny. Okay, there's the center of this one. Let me see. Yeah, that looks good because we've got like that pink and brown muted colors here, and you open up and you see that pretty poinsettias. Okay, let's see what this one has. I forgot. Let's see. Okay, this one has the pretty poem here. Maybe I'll do another one because I really like. I can still use this, but maybe I'll look for another pretty one now that I thought of using those for the centerpieces. Like this pretty holly right here would be perfect. Now let's get that and cut it real quick. Let's see, I cut my edge off there where I take it out of the book, or I took it out of the book or the magazine, and then folded it. And yeah, you guys, if you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe if you don't mind, if you like, my videos, and hit that notification bell, and just, stay tuned for my videos. But I want to tell you that pretty soon I'm going to have on my Thrifty Thursday. It will be about a month or so before I get it together, because I already got some Thrifty Thursday scheduled for you. But I found the jackpot of ideals magazines at one of my thrift stores. I went in, they had a whole box full, and I said, the manager just happened to be coming out of the back room, and they were right there next to the back room, sitting in a box. And I was like, how much for the whole box? And she gave me an excellent price, and I said, I'll take it. And she even put them in a buggy for me, because it was a box of magazines. So it was, it would have been heavy to try to carry it up to the where you check out, to the front of the store. So I was like, oh my goodness. I haven't even looked at them yet, because I just looked at them and saw, like, they all have their covers, but there was so many in there. I don't even know how many there were, but the price she gave me was well worth what I got. It was an excellent deal. Couldn't pass up. So I will have a jackpot Thrifty Thursday of Ideals magazine soon. I haven't even brought them in for my car yet. So there we go. Isn't that pretty? Wow. That is really awesome. With drifted music, muted soft, the sudden winds of the pines. There we go. We are looking good here. Shaping up quickly, aren't they? So what do I have in here? About 5 papers. So let's see what it looks like already. So, wow. That is already looking beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to let you go. A little short of... I just start talking before I turn on my timer, so I probably am about out of time. But yeah, we're shaping up here. So stay tuned for big things happening and changes in my new Sheree shop on eBay. And I will see you in my next video. Have a great day and happy crafting.